friends, welcome to Science with me. My name is Dr. Erica. I am super excited that you're joining us today. If it's your first time, make sure you click subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a video. You can always support us at patreon.com/rosieresearch. Now we are in a fun unit of inventors and engineering and putting on our makers hats. Today we are celebrating Marie von Britton Brown, and she basically invented closed circuit TV. The stuff that is used all around the world right now. It's kind of amazing all of the things that have built off her patent. So Marie, a long time ago, didn't really feel safe in her house. So sometimes she would be home, her husband wouldn't be home. She didn't feel safe walking home. She didn't feel safe answering the door because in her neighborhood, crime was increasing. So her and her husband decided that they would fix this. They would make her feel safe. And what they did was they made peepholes in their door that at 3 different sizes. So if someone was really tall, someone was sort of an average height, or even a kid, she could see who it was without opening the door. And she could see this from anywhere in the house because they actually put a camera that would go up and down from the peepholes, whichever one she chose to look at. And it would transmit that image to a TV in her house that she could just sort of carry around with her wherever she was at. Then if somebody knocked on the door, she could see, hey, is it my friend Jamie down the street? Or is it this person I've never seen who's wearing a sock over their head? Maybe I shouldn't open that door. So she started this so she could feel safe, and it has just completely snowballed. Nearly 50 years after her patent, she's actually still being cited in patent applications as recently as 2013, which is pretty amazing. Things that have come out of her invention are being able to unlock your door from afar, so an electric door lock or unlocker, being able to call the police from afar, of course the closed circuit TV. So I thought it'd be really fun to honor her today in a way that's less of necessarily building with our hands, although you can totally build a prototype if you want to, and more of just a thought. How could we keep growing her ideas and make modifications, or how can we improve home security? So that is what we're gonna do today. Now on our paper, you can see the patent application that Marie von Britton Brown made, and there is a ton of stuff here. You can see here's the person knocking at the door. There's these different little peepholes. We've got this camera that can go up and down. Right here, there's Marie. She's sitting in bed and she can watch this person on this little TV that she has. They've got mechanisms for the doors. They've got mechanisms to move the camera up and down. All those things have to go in her patent application, which is a lot of stuff. And we are gonna think of our own stuff on the back of things that we might notice that now that it's 2020, what new security things do we have? And so maybe here is my house. Right here, and maybe what new things do I have for my house? Well, package theft right now is a really big idea. So maybe I have some sort of scale sensor that is gonna be, when a package is there, I'll know it's delivered. Maybe I make it so that it's actually sort of in like a half bubble. And once a package is delivered, this could lock. So maybe I would call this like my package protection system. And this could all be done remotely. It wouldn't have to be done from a TV screen. Maybe it could be done from our cell phones. You could remotely open and close that package protection clamshell. So you know you're expecting something really important, and then you see it that it comes, or maybe the weight, by getting the weight on here, it texts you a message, hey, your package has been delivered, and you can say, oh, please close it, and it closes the clamshell for you. That could be really cool. I really like that. Maybe people are coming and if they're stealing packages, maybe they're stealing other things. So maybe we have some sort of video camera. You could call this like an eye in the sky. In the sky, and maybe that sort of helps me by looking around. Maybe it's on a swivel, so it can go around and around, so that it can see things all around my house with just one camera. And maybe it's just always constantly looking for interesting movement. And we can maybe program it in, look for somebody with 2 legs that's walking, and when it senses that, again, maybe it sends me a text. somebody is walking up. So unlike Marie, we don't have to wait till they knock on her door. Maybe we get that information when they come within 500 feet of our house, whether they come up our driveway or whether they come towards the back door. That could be really, really useful. It could send us a text, and maybe even our eye in the sky, we could program it so it like could differentiate between a person and a nice little deer, and it could even be like, hey, you have a deer in your backyard. Go check it out. That'd be kind of cool. So I kind of like that idea. Let's see, what are some other things? You know, another really thing interesting with homes, kind of what we're talking about here, is security of all of our electronics. Sometimes we worry that maybe people can hear us and they're listening in, and we don't like that. We really, like, maybe we don't want Alexa to hear that we love watching, I don't know, some Ninjago show. Maybe we want that to be private. And maybe that's a problem because they can always hear those things. So maybe we have sort of like a switch in our house. This could be like in our house, and we'll do a blow up. Maybe I have some push button, and this is gonna be my like sort of all silent so that nothing can listen to me on my electronics. So it silences those electronics from hearing, or it deafens them, maybe a better word. So that's kind of a cool idea. And then let's see, maybe with the same idea, I don't want anybody to like be able to come in and get data off my phone. So maybe I build like, even like sort of a cool Faraday cage. And it's like a wire mesh that could go under my house. I don't know if I could get it all the way around my house. Maybe I build it into the walls of my house. So maybe this is a Faraday cage, and that helps prevent electrical signals from going anywhere. It's just a wire cage. Faraday cage. Walls. But nobody can hear what I'm saying. Nobody can like look into my computers or anything like I don't want. What might be other things I'm curious that we would want to protect around our house that maybe make us feel unsafe during the day or maybe during the night that can help us? One thing is sometimes when my husband is gone and I hear weird noises, that kind of makes me nervous. So maybe I have like an AI that's like a speaker, not a speaker, but a listening. And it's attached to a computer and it can differentiate sound. So if I hear something, it could be like, that is a tree branch hitting the roof. And it could listen to something and be like, oh, nope, that is actually somebody pulling on your doorknob. Maybe that would work too. I kind of like that. It'd be like a listener to text what it hears. So I could get like a text on my phone and it could tell me what those various bops in the night are. Kind of like that. You'll notice we're building this up just like Marie's picture that had a lot of stuff and a lot of ideas. We're starting to build this up so that we have a lot of ideas in our house of ways that we can protect ourselves. And we can keep going on and on about this. I think my two favorite ones are my package protection system and my eye in the sky, which I think is fun. And maybe I have an emergency button that is if I'm ever really, really worried, it will call some people, or maybe it can call the police for me. That could be really, really helpful. Maybe I do also another button that's sort of like my emergency contacts. So maybe it's not necessarily like I need the police. Oops, emergency contacts. Maybe I just fell and broke my foot and I can't help myself and I need somebody to come over, but I don't need the police to come over. Maybe I just need my friends. So maybe I could do an emergency contacts, but maybe I also do a police button. That could be really useful. And you might find different things. We sort of live out in the forest, so I like this eye in the sky because of deer. Maybe you live in the city and you have other things that you're worried about. And I'm really interested to see what sorts of things that you guys do and make and dream up throughout this project. I can't wait to see your pictures and talk me through. How will you think of ideas to solve your problem? You don't have to completely make them. I can't make an eye in the sky with a video camera that's going around and around. But if I draw it and I talk about it and I have this idea and I tell somebody about it, it puts it out in that world, and maybe somebody else says, That is a really good idea, and I can totally make that. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I am so thrilled that you are with us and having a lot of fun building with us. Can't wait to see those pictures, and we will see you soon. Bye, friends.